Guys, 2024 already starting off on a high note, on a bang. We got so many things already happening. We're only 10 days into the new year. What is going on? In this video today, Bernie Mac's daughter is responding to Katt Williams, to what he said about Bernie Mac in the interview. If you've watched the Shannon Sharpe interview, if you didn't, I encourage you to watch it. It's very good. It's very funny, but it also talks a lot about different things that have been happening inside the world of comedy that we may not have ever known. So Bernie Mac's daughter is responding to what Katt Williams said in the interview. We'll talk through it, guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Let's do it.
About my thoughts on the Katt Williams interview. The interview heard round the world.
That's right.
And I don't know, my take is probably going to be really, really boring. Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, stuff like that. So I don't know Katt Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him. I thought the interview was hilarious, entertaining. That man dropped so many one-liners that I'm sure we are going to be wearing down to the ground in this year of our Lord 2024. But one of my biggest takeaways in watching people's responses was how people were kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad, like outside of being, tickled by it. And I've seen people say stuff like, it's like watching, your uncles go at it and you're like, oh, why can't we all just get along? Well, I mean, because everybody doesn't get along. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about comedians, and I guess it's due to the fact that what they do brings so much joy to others, that the perception, the expectation is that behind closed doors everybody gets along, everybody it's in love. And
it's
no,
family.
It's not. They've always been competitive. It's always been, as far as I've ever witnessed in watching my dad, it's always been kind of cutthroat. Like, you'll have, people beefing, like, same as within your family. Just because y'all related don't mean y'all all get along, right? Comedy's no different. But for me, Katt Williams has my utmost appreciation and respect for giving my dad his props and his flowers. And I felt like it was genuine. There are some people who have given, my dad his flowers now that he's dead, that I'm looking at like, doggone well, he wasn't doing that when he was alive. And that, not just famous people, just people all across the board. As my dad used to say, you ever want to be loved by everybody? You ever want to be special? Just die. It's real easy to give lip service when somebody dies and you go,
that's right.
So wonderful. And that's not how you felt when they were alive. But when Katt spoke of my dad, for me, I felt his heart. I felt that it was genuine, and I appreciate it. Again, it's been 15 years since my dad's been dead. If you follow me at all, I've said this repeatedly. Like, it does my heart good to know that my dad was a stand-up guy, that the man that I knew him to be was who he actually was to people, because that's the thing. Like, we can love people and think they one way and then find out later. No. And I say, like, in 15 years, if he was an asshole, somebody by now would have been like, let me tell you about that, my love. So that is not the case with my dad. Makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate what I believe the genuine love and respect that Katt Williams showed my father. It is so much appreciated. Much love and mad props to Katt Williams. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with Katt Williams.
I would like that too.
I think that would probably be the most entertaining and gem-dropping conversation I probably would have in my life outside of conversations with my dad. So yeah, so that's my take. Like I said, probably boring, but that's what I thought. Again, much love and respect to Katt Williams.
I would like that too. And you know what? I'm really glad that she decided to stand up there and say something. The reason why I say that is because Bernie Mac was mentioned a couple different times in it, but in the ways that he was mentioned in it as a legend in that interview. Guys, if you haven't seen it, you really need to go take a look at the Club Shay Shay interview. It's got 30-something million views on it. It's blowing up. It's everywhere, and it should be. Because in it, when he's talking about Bernie Mac, he's talking about how funny he is. He's saying that he's funny. He decided to go on and be a movie star, not because he couldn't get the roles like Steve Harvey. He said that Steve Harvey couldn't get roles, and that's why they stopped the Kings of Comedy tour, because Bernie Mac, D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer were all going to get movie roles, and Steve Harvey said that they were all getting movie roles. But he said that Bernie Mac was funny, and that's why he was the closer, and that's why Steve Harvey became basically the MC. The MC of it all. I love Steve Harvey. If you know me, you know that I very much I worked to model my career after Steve Harvey, just in a different kind of way, with the radio and the television and all that stuff like that. So I'm working on that, and I love Steve Harvey. But Bernie Mac was the funniest person on the Kings of Comedy tour, and really the only person I remember. We used to skip Steve Harvey's part, and we used to skip D.L. Hughley's part. Honestly, I'm just telling you, when I was a kid, that's what we used to do on the Kings of Comedy DVD. I'm like, where's Bernie Mac's part? And I used to skip that, and I used to watch Ced's part too. But there's certain people that's funny. And then the Ocean's 11 story. I believe that Katt Williams told him that Steve Harvey called the producers, told him that he would do it for cheaper to undercut Bernie Mac out of the role. Do I know if that's true or not? I have no idea. Katt Williams said something to that effect on the interview. So you may want to go look at that too. So guys, there's so many things going on right now, but Bernie Mac was mentioned in respect. And so I'm glad his daughter decided to start to respond to this and say a little something, because it's important that people speak up about these kind of things, especially, family. And everybody's jumping on the train right now. Everybody's saying, oh, well, Tiffany Haddish responded. She said, Katt Williams looks like this. And then Kevin Hart responded. And the Plastic Cup Boys decided to respond back. Katt Williams got these guys shook. It's 2024. And Katt Williams has everybody shaking in their freaking boots, man. The year just started. But the things that he said on the interview can't be taken back. Everybody has it in their mind already. There's a new interview, Willie D Live, that I'm looking at right now. Katt Williams, it just went up like 2 hours ago, that Katt Williams is speaking out once again. The world only knows what he's going to say on that one. It can't be crazier than the Club Shay Shay interview, but I think he's going to clear up a lot of things and talk about some of the things that maybe he didn't talk about, or elaborate on some of the things that maybe he didn't elaborate about. But there's a lot of things that he said when it comes to comedy, and he went after everybody. He went after Faison Love, Steve Harvey. He went after Cedric the Entertainer for stealing jokes. He said, he went after everybody. You guys got to watch that interview. It's on the Club Shay Shay podcast. Shannon Sharp's doing the interview, and it's just phenomenal. But I'm glad that his daughter, again, decided to respond. I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments here, and let's talk about it a little bit more. I will see you right here in the next one.